Welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf, and we will go straight to the State Railway of Thailand work. Yesterday, there was another incident happen. This has become like
a daily news.
In average, it's more than 2 derailments a week already, because this is 115th derailment this year.
Well, so that way the loan that we're going to get probably will get to be used a lot.
Yesterday there was a report in the afternoon. The train is approaching the platform number 8 at Hua Lamphong. Hua Lamphong is the main station, main railway station in Bangkok. About to approach Hua Lamphong, only 200 meters away. Suddenly it's derailed from the train tracks. It's the 5-carriage train. 4 of them just kind of fell off the tracks. So the officials already go check it out. It's actually the result from some damaged track, and also right straight that it's too old. So it's at the end of its shelf life. Like you can see something fell off or something just misplaced in the pictures. So it's delay a lot of trains and schedule that's supposed to be there, not just at the platform 8 apparently. From platform 7 to 10 yesterday, it's all affected, and they're still trying to clear and fix this railway, but it's still paralyzed, half of them pretty much. So the State Railway of Thailand yesterday, actually, so they notified the transportation minister, and he has ordered the State Railway of Thailand to inspect all the rail track in Bangkok, whether there is any other spot that damaged, and they want the report within this week. And also the railways all over the country within next week, so they can plan maintenance and fixing. I thought the State Railway of Thailand already scheduled doing the. Remember we talked about this, that the last time it was the big derail on the way up to
up north
Chiang Mai, when there were some foreign tourists that also got injured, and they said that this is actually part of the project that's supposed to be under maintenance as they are on the way of doing it. Look at that, that's look horrible. I thought it's already planned and already on schedule, or
maybe it's just the one that up north, not the Hua Lamphong one.
Yeah,
but obviously, nationwide, fixed it, do something. It needs like a big revamp at this point.
So at the end of the day, State Railway of Thailand governor said that the SRT is seeing whether they will move the main station from Hua Lamphong to Bang Sue on altogether. Maybe because Bang Sue,
that's going to be harder, because don't forget, Hua Lamphong has the MRT.
Bang Sue also has MRT.
Okay.
But they said the Hua Lamphong is getting too small for all the communers.
That's true, because they have a lot of spaces around there that you need to.
And
it's not easily move around.
Yes, and when they built the MRT station at Bang Sue, I guess a lot of it's all and all newer than Hua Lamphong, probably.
All right, so brace yourself. You might have to get on the train in different station at this point. Right, moving on to more of the drug news. Obviously,
you
yesterday...
You didn't get drugs,
no,
you just have drug news to report.
Of course, yesterday, Kun Tulip reported a lot, a big chunk. We're talking about,
the police rolled down the helicopters.
Well,
and
apparently, there's another incident that took place yesterday, starting from. This is actually quite sad, because the people that did this, 2 of them, actually were supposed to run for a local politician election kind of thing. But they say
Good example.
Well, they say that they did not have enough money to run their campaign. So this is what they did. Yep. I'm serious. Now I'm talking about the situation that took place actually on the 15th. So 2 days ago at about noon, where the police were able to arrested 4 people altogether, and 2 of them actually were supposed to run for a election, local election, and that's Kun Nattawat Gertsuk as well as Kun Thanyaphat Khamdet. Now, the other 2 were actually the people that worked in the tour bus, which is Kun Santat Na Luang, only 18, and Kun Supachok Pon Kok Glong. Now, all of them were actually from Khon Kaen, and they left they left Khon Kaen to actually have a tour up north. What they did was that they disguised themselves as a tour that was supposed to be done for all the healthcare volunteer in the area where it's supposed to have an election and such in the area. So this technically could be talked as a vote buying, although it wasn't at the election time, so you probably cannot, consider it that. However, they say that they left Khon Kaen on the 14th and they're moving into Chiang Rai. And as they send off people and stay in the hotel, these 4 people went out and take the drugs, about 800,000 of methamphetamine pills in 4 of the backpacks altogether.
That's more than the arrest yesterday.
Yeah, in the double-decker bus. And obviously the police know about this already, that this is going to happen, so they arrested them at this point. Like I said, they said that, they need money to run for the election campaign, and they received 2 million baht to do it. So interestingly enough, I think there's like a more big person behind this. Now, moving on to not too far away from there, in Nan province, apparently Police General Pongsapat Pongcharan, along with the Narcotic Bureau, Narcotic Control Board, actually make a press announcement saying that the drugs of Sergeant Major Cha-uat Rashata Wongchai Rashata Wongchai, or Cha-law, right, that you were talking about the other day. Now, they say that who actually right now in the Bangkok prison. And interestingly enough,
he's like one of the really powerful
the
drug lord.
Exactly. So they went to his house, and obviously his father, Kun Sawat Rashata Wongchai, was there, and they actually confiscated not the drugs, but all his assets, including the cars, 5 cars, 1 of the motorcycle, 1 bank account, which is like 70,000 baht, as well as all the other assets that kind of accumulate to about 10 million baht altogether, because they believe that those are the money from drugs. And another arrest was of Kun Sua Sasong in Pua district of Nan province, that believed to actually be part of the drug network. They got about 2 of the safe, as well as 470,000 cash in ringgit, so Malaysian money, along with 50,000 baht cash in Thai. Now, Kun Sua claims that this is actually belongs to his son. However, obviously they believe that this is probably the part of the drug network, because the police are actually arrested all the culprit in Pua district as well as Santisuk district in Nan province in 13 cases, 14 of the culprits altogether, and they confiscated 130 of the methamphetamine pills as well as 9 of the guns, handguns. So at this point they say that up north seems to be a big network, and this is what they got from the Nan province so far. So 2 arrests yesterday.
I would say Narcotic Suppression Division has been really active lately.
Yeah, they have to. Apparently, there's a lot. Like, the more that you read about it, the more
almost
you
like
realize.
a trade fair convention in Thailand.
Yeah, it's horrible, right?
On all these drugs.
Goodness me. All right.
Okay. Last week we had reported about the case that involved fire trucks and fire boats that BMA has authorized. Actually, the former Bangkok governor Samak Suntarawet has authorized the buying from an Austrian company,
Right.
and 2 people were convicted in malfeasance, in fraud and such. So now the public raised the question, what do we do with the fire truck and fire boats, because we already pay for it.
Right, and it just sat there.
It just sat there at Lam Chabang port in Chonburi province. So finally yesterday the Bangkok governor had broke the silence. He said that the BMA already asked Geneva-based court, the conciliation and arbitration courts, because it's between BMA and the Austrian firm, to cancel the contract, and it's asking the court to see whether they can get the money back. That actually sounds like a really good idea. If we get the money back.
Right.
This company is called Steyr-Daimler-Puch Special Ferroid AG. It's an Austrian firm. So just to remind you, the 2 persons that got convicted last week is from Thai Supreme Court's Criminal Division for holders and political positions. One of the person was former Deputy Interim Minister Pracha Marinon, and another person is the city's Fire Department Chief, Police Major General Athilak Tanchukiat. And I think Pracha Marinon is already nowhere to be found. Something like that.
Out of the country.
Out of the country. So the Bangkok, and people ask whether those fire truck and fire boats still able to use, because it's just parked there forever. The governor said that that is not the priority actually, and he's not sure whether it's still able to use in terms of is it still able to run. But the priority now is whether the BMA can get the money back, and everything else will come later.
So we probably have to wait and see, but like you said, if we can get money back, that would be great.
And these are all overpriced trucks and boats.
Yeah, but then, it's going to be hard, because sometimes, the return policy, I'm pretty sure that is probably apply everywhere. Like if you have it for like over a year, I don't know if they would actually give us a refund, but that's still a hopeful wish, which is good. It's a wish nonetheless. Now, moving on to one of the biggest news yesterday, if you've seen on the front pages of everywhere, there has been a torch of several cars and trucks, including.
It looks scary.
It was very scary. One of my friends actually went into the area because he lived down south, and he took a few pictures, and it was quite scary. A lot of people told him not to go and take picture, maybe not the place for you, because you never know what's going to happen. Now, of course, yesterday this happened due to the fact that prior to about 3 o'clock before this actually happened, in the morning of yesterday, there has been a report of a gang of the teenagers actually damaged one of those rest areas, the police rest area in the intersection around the protest site. So the police realized that there might not be a safe situation anymore to let all the protesters have control of this situation. So they decided to move in at about 7 o'clock in the morning. About 500 of the police officers actually went in to try to remove all the protesters, and I guess it was so early that all the teenagers that try to tell all the protesters that this happened did not get more support, so they ended up the police were able to pretty much clear the area within 30 minutes and make sure that the transportation and such went in place. However, at about 12:50 p.m. yesterday, 300 of the protesters went into the area. Finally, they got to the place and pushed all the police out of the area using rocks, using weapons and such, like just batons to hit them. And it took about 5 minutes of commotion. Then the police decided to use tear gas, and about 6 to 7 of them, 3 of the people in the area, so the protesters actually got hurt, and each of the side were actually separated. And at about 1:30, finally, 2,000 of the protesters went in, and that's when it's create a lot of problems due to the fact that they start to ignite all this fire on the police truck. As you can see there, 11 cars altogether, and this includes one of the Thai TPBS. Yeah, Thai PBS.
PBS, sorry.
Yeah,
PBS.
Thai PBS station's vehicle actually got burnt as well and their camera were destroyed because they were taping it, and the protesters took it and destroyed it, and they were actually, after that incident, they told all the reporters to get out of the area.
I saw I think it's the clip that shot with mobile phone, because the person that was holding the phone was shouting to people not to burn the car.
Right.
I saw this little video clip yesterday. It's not a nice thing to see, actually.
No,
and
obviously.
It was just too aggressive.
Right. So this situation escalated already at this point. Instead of be able to clear it already, obviously the protester moved right back into the area and set up everything. And I think they probably intensified and escalate their guardings and such to make sure that they will not be cleared again. And plus, right now at this point, the reporters are not allowed in the area. They say that to come back again today and see whether or not they will let them in, because apparently they were really upset with Thai PBS for taping them burning all the vehicles.
Then just don't burn the vehicles.
Well, I guess it didn't work that way.
So the highway remained closed at least until now, and I heard the report that police already retract themselves.
Because they don't want to escalate it even more. And the thing is, with the use of tear gas, it's probably show that there's a lot more violence. A lot of people were upset and forgot to mention that one of the protesters, Kun Somnam Ratchawong, actually was shot on his leg due to the fact that they heard 3 to 4 fire of the bullets, gunshots. However, they are not sure. It didn't say where it come from, but they believe that it's probably from the police side. And they say that he was sent to Julapon Hospital already. So not seriously injured, but still there has been a use of the actual bullets already. So obviously this is not one of the things that we want to see.
Okay,
right.
we'll take a short break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Smart Lady project still goes on.
And of course, Kun Banhan went to see Kun Apisit yesterday. We'll give you a report on that, so please stay tuned.